Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K, the full units getting played. Always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scared money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
And here we go.
Fuck Sharpie. Fuck Sharpie. That's the new fucking song right about now, guys. This is the point of the show where you have to do a show when you wish you could break everything you fucking own. So, welcome to the Balking Dead. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and I feel like shit. Yeah, there is no sleep for the wicked, and I may not be eating either. So let's get to it. It's Thursday, guys. It looks like a trash card, but we do have three guys that both of us on here actually were talking to each other about betting, talking back and forth. And I'm like, you know what, bro? Why don't you freaking join me today? I know you were coming on tomorrow if you don't have plans, but I could definitely use somebody to help me with only three pitchers talking, and we're at the point of just fade fucking Sharpie. So, Spin Doc, how you doing, my guy?
You know, it's going okay. Last 2 days have been quite good to me. Today, not so much. For those that are listening that followed my tout prop, Pablo's got to pick it the hell up here. 1K per inning is not going to get it done when you have over 6.5. But we do have three other guys to talk about. So yeah, let's just talk about them instead, and hopefully he can pick it the fuck up here.
This show is sponsored by PrizePicks, guys. If you haven't, go over there, use promo code PubSports on your first deposit. They will match you up to 100, minimum of 25. As you can tell, guys, we also have a new sponsor, Dubby, not Doobie, even though I might not be smoking too many of them today, but I'll be smoking some bong loads. Go on over there, guys. Scan that QR code on screen, Dubby, guys. It has a nice energy freaking to your day. No come down, good booze, clean energy drink, guys. Pub Sports is bringing you the bomb, the good. Go over there, use that promo code Pub Sports, and you will get 10% off your first order. Shout out to the chat, guys. Appreciate you coming, even though I'm sucking. So appreciate you all. Smash the like if you haven't. And let's get to the damn money, guys. This show, we use FanDuel lines. They do come out first. Then I compare them to what PrizePicks has up. So let's get to it and start talking the first guy of the day who cracks off in about 40 minutes. George Kirby at the A's, number 68 in the black book. Last year, he had a 24.4 K percentage and a 4.1 walk percentage. This year, he has a 20 K percentage and a 1.7 walk percentage. Opening line last night was 6+ minus 122. Now it's at a plus 112. 5.5 on PrizePicks. Pitching outs or earned runs were not available. Lineup is 6 righties and 3 lefties for your Oakland A's. K per 9 last year is 9.7 at home, 8.7 on the road, 9.6 versus the left-handed side, and an 8.8 versus the right-handed side. This year has dropped down drastically in his first 5 starts. He has a 7.7 K per 9 versus the left-handed side and a 6.6 versus the right-handed side. So before I get into you guys and poison you with my bet on this game, let's get the man who's actually winning right now's opinion.
Well, we're getting there. Actually, thank you to the chat that pointed out my. I'm from Minnesota, so I can't watch the Twins on the MLB app, so I have to watch it on the local sports app. And whenever I switch off the window, it doesn't update. So thank you to those who pointed out that Pablo actually got 4. He just got number 5. So two more. Let's go. All right. Anyways, let's talk about Kirby. So when I look at this one, I see a few things. Number one is last 15 days against righties, A's 27.7% K percentage. Most of those games have been at home. We all know how poverty the A's are. We don't need to get into that right now. The other thing that I look at is that Kirby does a phenomenal job of not walking guys. 99th percentile in least walks for the season among starting pitchers, 1.7% walk percentage for the season, which I know it's limited starts, but that's phenomenal. And then when you compare home road splits, granted it's an even smaller sample, but road splits only 2%. The big thing that I see here though is that I don't know what kind of role Jimenez, the umpire, will play in this. He's a brand new ump. He's only umped like 10 games or maybe less. Overall, his accuracy, it rates in the middle, but it's hard to tell because he's got such a small sample size. 28.1% K percentage, which is outrageously over what MLB average is for umpires. However, again, you got to remember for some of these guys like C.B. Buckner and Brian O'Nora and so on and so forth, you're comparing 10 games to 400. So it's not a fair comparison. So far, what I've seen from tendencies from Jimenez is he does favor the pitcher and does have a wider strike zone. Where this helps is that Kirby is among the best in the league at first pitch strikes at 70%. A's are worst in the league last 15 days for first strike percentage on them. So you get about, you can reasonably expect that Kirby will get strike one on 65 to 70% of the hitters. When he does that and when the A's do that, they K over 30% of the time. This to me is one of two things, especially with the A's on a travel day. This is over or pass. There in no world can I recommend taking an under. I realize that Kirby is only hitting this 6+ at 20% clip this year. It's not as good either if you go back to last year. However, it's Oakland. It's a travel day. The Oakland franchise is basically a minor league team until they move to Vegas. We all know this. It's just not possible for me, especially at a 27% team, almost 28% team strikeout clip. It's really tough for me to recommend anything but an over here. So I kind of take the same line I take in all of, like, say, DeGrom starts, where normally most pitchers, you have 3 options: over, under, or pass. This one, you have 2 options: over or pass.
Yeah, I hear you right there, guys. Kirby was a spot I had circled last night, guys. I was waiting for these lines to drop when I made my lines, and I had a juiced 4.5, guys, or some real good plus money on the 5.5. And that's not what they gave us, guys. We're starting to see some plus money. There is some plus 115 out. What I mean by good plus money is like plus 120 on a K prop. You usually won't see that much higher, but 120 to 130 is where I had this line at the plus money at the 5.5, guys. So let's get into the A's. There's 2 reasons why they jacked it up. One, guys, let's just talk about it. But I don't chase guys. They're going to jack up. But let's talk the reasons why. The A's numbers, which Spin Doc already said, they're bad, guys. They're real bad. At the end of the day, they can't hit a piñata at a 5-year-old's birthday party, and they're striking out at a 30% clip. The only good thing they're doing is walking 10%, and they got a guy who don't walk people. So that, to me, is the reason why, number one, why they bumped it up. And the second reason is he played these A's 4 times last year. 5 innings, 9K, 6 innings, 6K, 7 innings, 9Ks, and got touched up the fourth game, only going 2.1 innings. You should get touched up on the fourth time seeing the same damn team that many times. It's baseball. Now, I don't chase numbers, as we've seen in the last week alone. The ones they add on to have been a sweat, other than these guys who had no reason in hell being a 7.5 last night. But they jumped him up too. He should have been a 5.5, guys. But the only one thing that does concern me here is when I go check Fangraphs, guys, his slider, his velo's down 2 miles per hour. Now, I didn't watch his last game, so it doesn't give you game by game. It just tells you overall on the season. And when he did get a team with a high K percentage this year, which was the Phillies, he went and punched out 7, guys. So it's game by game matchup. He hasn't had many teams with high K percentages. The one team he did see, he got 7. He murked this team 3 times last year, and these guys can't hit a broadside of the barn. I get it, but I don't chase, guys. I don't chase women, and I don't chase K props. But what I will do is I'll take him down to 5 where he should be. And I'll take Seattle to win for a single game parlay at -135. Like, at the end of the day, better team, better pitcher, better bullpen, just straight out. Give me the Seattle Mariners. I'll take Kirby down to where he should be. And yeah, let's go do the damn thing. Anything else to add on?
Yeah, just so far for this season, when he gets 0-1 counts on hitters, Kirby is striking guys out at 26.1%, at a 26.1% clip. I mentioned he's already top, I think 10th percentile, maybe better, in getting a first pitch strike on hitters. A's have been really terrible, the worst team in baseball the last 15 days, one of the worst teams for the season. When the A's go down 0-1 in the count against any pitcher in any circumstance, 32.4% K percentage, and I believe against starting pitching, it's even worse. So the thing that I'm looking for in this one, where I even might fire live on this one, is I want to see what kind of strike zone Jimenez establishes, because with a lot of the other more seasoned umps, there's a lot of history behind it. There's all kinds of charts and graphs and scorecards where you can kind of see where their tendencies lie in certain situations. But for a guy that's umped less than 10 games, it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Like I said, Kirby down the 5, Seattle win is where I'm in. Next guy up, 59 in the black book, Jesus Luzardo versus the Braves. Last year, he had a 30% K percentage and an 8.8 walk percentage. This year, 27% K percentage with a 7.8 walk percentage. Morning line was a 7+ -108. It's now at +110. 6.5 on PrizePicks. Hits allowed under over 4.5. The lineup for the Braves today is 7 right-handed, 2 left-handed bats. K per 9 last year, 10.5 at home, 11 on the road. Lefties, he struck out at a 12.6 K per 9, while righties a 10.5. Still 10.7 this year to the right-handed side, and a very minimal amount. He has a 9K per 9 versus the left-handed side. Shout out to the chat, guys. 40 live, 20 likes. That don't add up. Smash the damn like button while Spin Docs gives you his opinion on Mr. Jesus.
So Luzardo's, just fairness in conversation. Luzardo's over was the last cut that I made from my VIP card today. It was a tough one to cut. Braves are striking out 24.2%. Now, it's a limited sample size, so don't read too much into this. But with the projected Braves lineup earlier today, Luzardo has a lifetime in 47 plate appearances, 42.6% K percentage, which is just disgustingly gross. Again, I don't necessarily know if it's going to equate to that today, but that still is a hefty K percentage here for Luzardo. For this one as well, I look at Luzardo, King, lefties, and righties about equally this year, right around 27%. First strike percentage, pretty decent, 60% for both the Braves and for Luzardo, so you can expect about a 60% first strike rate. And I think that this line is set pretty accurately, to be quite honest with you. Like I said, if I could get I didn't mind the over on this one when it was at plus money slightly this morning. It's gotten juiced. It's kind of gone back and forth. But if I can get a healthy plus money price, I might be interested at a 6.5. I'm not as interested though paying heavy juice for an over 5.5. I think there's more risk, more risk and less EV that comes with that. So for me, this is probably going to be a pass. But like I said, this was a hard one to cut off my card. However, all the math and everything, when I look at their projected lineup. So for those that don't know, I run 3 different math methods, if you will, and then combine them into one blended average. And for every single way that I ran it, I mean, 6.04, 6.10, just under 6. I mean, basically, this is looking like a 6K exactly day. And so, but a couple things go right, go wrong here and there. It could tip it one way or the other, which is why in the end, it pained me to do it, but I had to cut it off my card.
Yeah, I mean, usually me and Spin Doc do not talk the days we have shows, but we weren't planning on doing one today with him. But there was only 3 guys to talk about, and I was like, bro, you want to come on since
Yeah.
we're already talking these 3 guys back and forth, like might as well as jump on, right? So yeah, guys, at the end of the day, if I was to get in on him, bro, I'm going to take him to 8 or 9. And that's what I was just checking right now. Like, what is the plus money on that? And the 9 right now is plus 430. And they might see some money on me right there. So let's talk about it. The line may seem off at first, guys, with Jesus at 6.5. I get it, guys. But they cannot put him at 5.5. He's hit that 80% of his last 10 games and 5 of 6 games this year, guys. They just cannot put it there at the end of the day. Now, I thought we'd get a lot more plus money, and we're starting to see a little bit come back, but 30% win rate to the 6.5 doesn't deserve minus 108. Like that's especially versus a Braves team that can hit. So let's talk about it, guys. They couldn't put it there. So yeah. I'm looking at him, and the way I track it, guys, is I go back up to a month and I look for 200 plate appearances myself, at least. And if I have to go past a month, I will not do it. So when I look at the Braves, the way I like to track them is they're striking out at a 25% clip, but they're crushing the goddamn dog shit out of the baseball. Now, the other issue here with the Braves is they're not walking either. So it's swing for the fences or straight up miss and take your walks, guys. So these guys are crushing, but yet striking out, which could lead to a very, very good game. Now, the only time Jesus Luzardo has seen a team this year with a high K percentage was the Twins and the Giants. The Twins, he went out and put 10 strikeouts up against, and the Giants, they jumped him up a strikeout to a 7.5. We stayed off him that day, and he missed it by 1.5, guys. At the end of the day, they tried to fuck with him because the way the Giants were playing, and they're adding some juice in because the way the Atlanta Braves do swing, guys. They are taking that into effect here. So did not bet it myself, but if I was, and I may just take them up to 8 or 9, guys. Like 8's only plus 220, but the 9's plus 480, and that right there is worth a sprinkle to me. Like this guy can go out and have a day, or he can go out and get 6, like he said, and get rocked. It can happen, guys. This is a team that can get your pitcher pulled real damn quick. So, or they can make a pitcher look real good. That 25% strikeout rate is real. This guy did go 1-2 last year to the over 6.5 versus teams with a high strikeout rate. That one win being the Braves, guys, where he had 12 punch outs. So it can happen. It's there. And he's definitely worth the ladder shot. But do not pay the juice right now for a man like this. It's not worth it. Like the man was saying, it's just not worth paying up juice when you can get even money or plus money. Because if he gets 7, this guy's going to dance, guys. He should get more than 7 is what I'm getting at. So anything else to add on?
Yeah, just a couple of things in regards to the Braves here. So the swing metrics that you see for the Braves on paper, they might look a little ugly, but this is just, I mean, they have the 7th highest outside the zone swing rating last 15 days, and definitely do not have the 7th highest contact rate doing the same. In fact, their contact rate swinging outside of the zone in that same time period, just barely in the top half. So this is how Brian Snedeker has coached them since he's been the hitting coach for the Braves, is that they are going to try to jack the ball out of the park. They are going to try to hit those power alley doubles. They are going to try to get those extra base hits, and they will put up with striking out more by doing that because of the lineup that they have. You know, you think about a team like the Guardians or a team like the Diamondbacks or teams like that are like, okay, once it's 2 strikes, we're going to go into just make contact and get on base mode or try to put the ball in play mode. The Braves don't do that. Maybe some guys in the bottom of their order, but the top 5 or 6 in their order, I mean, we talk about Acuna, talk about Albus, talk about Rosario, I mean, talk about Olsen, all those guys. No, they have been coached for years to, hey, go down swinging. And you know what? Maybe you strike out 25 to 30% of the time, but then the rest of the time you have a much, much better chance of just popping one. That is how they're coached, and that's how they're going to swing.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind it. I mean, once the show gets off, you'll probably see me go bet that plus 480 at 9 because I need to get some fucking money back. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's talk the last pitcher on the board, guys, which can be all types of a mess. Like, let's just be real. We're seeing 5.5s on Kevin Gausman right now.
This is the main reason why I wanted to join the show today, Sharpie. So let's talk about this one. Go ahead.
Let's get into it, man. Number 22 in the black book, Kevin Gausman at the Red Sox. Last year, he had a 28.3 K percentage and a 3.7 walk percentage. He just got better. 35.1 K percentage and a 3.9 walk percentage. Opened him up on FanDuel at 7+ plus 110. He's now at plus 118 on FanDuel. But like I said, guys, there is multiple books out there with the 6+ at minus 145. PrizePicks has him at a flat 6, whereas under/over hits allowed is at a 5.5. The lineup projected last I seen was 6 lefties, 3 righties. I don't know if it came out. K per 9, 2022, 10.7, 10.5 on the road, pretty much the same. 9.2 versus the left-handed side and 11.6 versus the right-handed side. This year, just an 11.4 versus the left-handed side and a 12 K per 9 versus the right-handed side. And if you want to think that's an abnormality or whatever the fuck that big word is, it ain't, bro. Go back 2 years. This dude did this type of thing, guys. This dude is a monster, and he's on monster things right now. So 50 live, only 30 likes. Smash it while Spin Doctor gets into it.
Wow. Okay. So like you, Sharpie, I run all the numbers and do all my what I call should be lines the night before. And I remember going to DraftKings and FanDuel, and I just kept hitting refresh, and I'm like, this is like wrong. Like this was probably posted for some other pitcher by mistake, right? Like maybe they meant to post it for Bello, who he's going against. And then I'm like, and then literally I'm like, I texted you. I'm like, why on earth is this 5.5? So
you never text me that type of shit either, bro.
Why?
Like, let's just be real.
I normally like for those of you that don't know, like we'll text each other and we'll be like, you know what? I think that the 6.5 is right because of this and this and this. And then the other one will answer, yeah, and this is okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Or, ooh, maybe this is one to look at further. I looked at Gausman and I looked at all the numbers and I just threw my hands up. I was doing all kinds of searches and shit to see, does he have like a secret injury? Is he going to be on like a super secret pitch count that we don't know about? I was reading Blue Jays fan forums. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy that we don't know about? Especially when averaging 9.67 strikeouts on the season, 9.67, averaging 1.55 strikeouts per inning. Now, I know Boston is only K'ing at an 18.8% clip, but you have so many factors for the pitcher here. Gausman, chase rate, 97th percentile. Whiff rate, 85th percentile. Doesn't walk anybody. Only walking 3.9% of guys. Striking out lefties and righties at about the same clip. The best pitcher in baseball, or was, heading into his last start, with first pitch strike at over 71%, which is absurd for a guy that throws a splitter. I know he throws a 4-4-seamer, but for a guy that throws a splitter, that's absurd. I could not for the life of me figure this one out. Normally you sometimes see against certain opponents, against low K or high contact opponents. You see the K number get dropped 1 from average. It's sometimes, even though I don't, Sharpie, I think you're right, the books don't really look at home road very much. It can get dropped another half or 1 if it's a road, but the gap between what he's averaging and what he's been doing and what this one ultimately landed at was just, it just baffled me. So why on earth is Kevin Gausman at a 5.5? Because every bone in everyone's body should be saying smash the fuck out of this over, but I can't get over why it's lined so low. I just can't.
I get it. I get it, bro. I can't get it either, but guess what? I'm going to run fucking head first into this bitch, bro. Like, cook me. You've been cooking me. I'm tired of fucking seeing these trap lines and saying they're not traps and watching them fucking hit. Like, I'm fucking tired of it, bro.
Like Shohei last night? Like Shohei?
Like, yeah. On the show, if they watched it, I was getting DMs. Thank you, bro. Getting DMs. Thank you. I'm McClanahan. No, I didn't bet them. I'm glad you guys did, but I fucking lost. So fucking cook me, right? I'm just sick of fucking not listening to myself, trusting my guns. And I got to. And at the end of the day, this is a game I have circled with guys like Ohtani and guys like freaking Gausman. I don't give a damn. I remember last year they did this too with him. They would drop it drastically versus the Red Sox. And he would go out there and put his nuts on the table, guys. Let's get into it. It may be a trap, guys, but they got me. And I know if you look at the numbers, the Red Sox have been a bitch to put away on third strikes. They dropped Ryan, they dropped Bieber, they dropped Barrios, they dropped Peralta, they dropped Taj, and every single one of those dudes did not hit. They're a pesky-ass group of guys to strike out. Well, like with Ohtani versus these Red Sox who had 3 strikeouts in 2 innings before the rain hit, and that guy barely uses his splitter anymore. This is a spot where I've always picked on with the Red Sox, and that's a guy with a splitter. I don't care what the numbers would say, and neither does Gausman. This team right here struggles versus this pitch. Now, when I go back just through Gausman starts, and if you even go back through farther, go back through Ohtani starts versus the Red Sox, the strikeouts are racked up versus this team with both of those pitchers. 5 different games last year versus the Red Sox. 8 innings, 8 strikeouts, then a back-to-back where he went 6 with 9 strikeouts. Then he's seen him for 7 innings and punched him out 10 times, backed it up with 5 innings, struck him out 10 times. And then the 5th time seeing this man, he only got 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. Darn. So you got me, motherfuckers. 5.5 minus 150. And at the end of the day, I think this guy's going to have a 10 spot here, guys. I really do. Don't hate if you're afraid of the juice. I took the juice because that one time he did get 6. I get it, guys. Like, what if he only gets 6? But there's not what ifs, guys. I think this guy goes out there and he's a Cy Young. He's a contender right now, guys. He's up there in the top 5. He's the best pitcher on the Blue Jays. And they're looking not to be swept, bro. And this is the right man to have on the mound. And it's moving day. I don't even really care if they do take out some people in the lineup. I know Devers struggles versus the splitter. I've seen it myself. So load up lefties like they want. This isn't your everyday pitcher. This is one of the elite pitchers in baseball. And the books are going to get fucking cracked on this. Hopefully.
No.
Anything else to add on?
No, I hear you. You know, I with Gausman, I am in the same boat as I am with Kirby. Is that it's over or nothing here. I just if I can't figure out a reason why the line looks so trappy, then I'm either going to pass or I'm going to play the over.
Fucked up is I would have bet this at 6.5 at this juice.
Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely.
6.5 and 5.5. He has the same winning percentage over the last 10 games, 90%.
He's averaging almost 10 Ks per game, and of all pitchers on the entire slate today, he has the highest average pitches per start, over 100 So you're going to get damn near 100 pitches unless he just gets absolutely destroyed, which has not happened in Fenway for him.
So what you guys about to get right now is what me and him would normally talk on the phone.
Mhm.
So let's just talk this through while we're on screen. Right now, last week he was a 6.5, right? Everyone thought it was trappy. Yeah. He went out there and smacked because they loaded up a bunch of lefties. I really think the books might not be respecting this man versus lefties. And then you've got the Red Sox, who, like I said, they dropped down Ryan, they dropped down Bieber, Barrios, Peralta, Taj. Taj did hit. Taj was the only one who went over that. And Taj throws 3-4 pitches with high velocity. So it's just like this team does strike out. And it's just not always there. So I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing too much into it. Maybe I'm not.
Yeah, I
Because if it was a 6.5 last week,
it was 6.5 last week, yeah.
And
he
it was
cruised through that
strictly a
one.
6.5 because all the lefties they put out. That was the
Yep.
only reason they think this
And,
guy can't strike out lefties.
Boston's lineup is 7-2, 7 lefties, 2 righties.
There you go. And they're a team that don't strike out. So are we verifying the 5.5 juice almost? I'm almost maybe convincing myself, but this is the way I got to it.
Yeah, I think we need to. Like I said, it's over or nothing for me. I in no world can entrust a team against a pitcher that's pitching as well as Gosman right now to go under. I will freely admit I thought I saw a trap with Ohtani last night, and I'll be the first one to admit when I made a misread. I misread the fuck out of that one. It was a winning night, and that was the only one we lost, but yuck. Yuck did I misread Ohtani last night. I saw in the chat like Ohtani was a 6.5. What the fuck? I said the same thing. And Cardinals swing metrics, their K metrics, everything matched up. And then the guy is Shohei fucking Ohtani, so he goes out and strikes out like the first 8 guys.
He's the greatest player in the history of baseball. Lord. Hands down. Like, I hope he stays healthy. It's absurd. The second person fastest ever to 500 strikeouts.
It's unreal. So for anybody, whether you follow my tout prop or you're in my VIP, it will be a long ass time before we even consider fading Ohtani again.
Hey, his name's Goat Tani for a reason. There's 3 goats on my list, and that's Strider, Ohtani, and DeGrom. And fuck DeGrom. I'll never bet him again. I say that every time, but I'm so sick of him.
Quick announcement for those that followed the prop. Pablo, 7 strikeouts. We got
Get your money, bro.
We hit it. Plus 128. If you played it, it just hit. And it
monies.
It hit on a pass. It hit on a pass ball, and the guy reached first too.
Hey, it's whatever. It
counts as a K, no matter what.
Counts as a strikeout. So appreciate you tuning in, guys. 50 plus 33 likes. Y'all must hate us because we just asked for a like. Do us a favor, smash it if you haven't. Spin Doc, my guy, tell them where they could find you and what you got going on.
Yeah, so you can find me at Spin Doc Sports. I have a public play tout prop, which obviously just hit today. And most of the games are either done or going to be done soon for the day. So, but everybody's in action on Friday. Fridays are always a heavy volume day, so check back. I do have a little bit of catching up to do because there were a few times where I was out of town for work and couldn't post a tout prop. So every now and then we will have a double for the day. So there might be one for this weekend. But if you are looking at the entire rest of the card for tonight, because I do cap the entire thing, Dodd for Atlanta with the 3.5, that was right. I don't pay juice on a 3.5 anyway. If I'm betting a 3.5, it's going to be plus money. And then Belo for Boston, the 4.5 at minus 120 was pretty correct. So those were 2 that I crossed off my card very, 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 very quickly. And then the rest of them were just the ones that we talked about. So, but yeah, like I said, if you want to have something on the game, I think that you can throw a small bet. Don't go a full unit. I might not even play a full half unit, just a little something, a little sweetener on Luzardo's over. Cause like I said, from my VIP card, that was the absolute last cut. And it pained me to do it. I was this close to including it and rolling with one more play. So for the rest of the card, besides Gausman, I think that the other one that if you want to look at, you can put something small on Luzardo over, especially at plus money, and that would be long-term EV.
Yes, sir, guys. Of course, this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there, use that promo code PubSports. Get a match deposit up to 100, minimum of 25 on your first deposit by simply using that promo code. Until next time, I'm Sharpie's Bets. He's Spin Doc Sports, and this show was produced by Big Show Picks. He's back, fellas. Yeah! And of course, it's on Pub Sports Radio, guys. Some say we be pubbing. I say fuck me.
Keep firing, assholes!
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here. Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it.